Welcome back to my channel. What happens when the most dangerous force in WWE history finally comes face to face with the man pulling the strings from the shadows in a secret meeting no one was ever meant to see? What if the mysterious attacker who shocked the entire WWE universe was never a lone wolf at all, but instead just one piece of a far more elaborate and chilling conspiracy that has been quietly unfolding behind the scenes? Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman have now been connected directly to the mystery man in a covert backstage encounter, and the footage that has surfaced threatens to completely rewrite everything we thought we understood about the shocking events surrounding Survivor Series. Subscribe right now because the truth is more twisted and far deeper than anyone ever imagined since the mystery attacker sabotaged Roman Reigns' team and shifted the outcome of the WarGames match. The WWE Universe has been in a frenzy searching for answers. Theories have exploded across social media. Fingers have been pointed in every direction, but now exclusive footage has emerged revealing a secret meeting that changes the entire narrative in a dark and isolated production corridor backstage. The final pieces of Paul Heyman's long-running scheme begin to fall into place, exposing a level of deception that few ever believed possible. Heyman's greatest challenge in executing his plan was not simply engineering the perfect ambush, but maintaining total deniability while doing it. With suspicion falling on multiple competitors and pressure mounting from fans and officials alike, Heyman needed a way to guide events from behind the curtain without ever being directly implicated. Every move had to be calculated, every message carefully planted, and every ally positioned at just the right time. And now, in his apparent confidence, after the chaos of WarGames, that carefully constructed illusion may have finally cracked. The footage shows Brock Lesnar standing with Paul Heyman in a secured backstage area far away from the chaos of the arena. The lighting is dim, the atmosphere tense, and the silence heavy with expectation, when suddenly a third figure steps out from the darkness, still partially dressed in tactical gear similar to what was seen during the attack. The room tightens instantly as Heyman turns to him with a calm smile and a knowing look. "You played your role flawlessly," Heyman tells the mystery man as he hands over a briefcase. The implication is clear: this was not a random act of violence. This was a transaction, a deal carried out exactly as planned. Roman's team never knew what hit them. Brock Lesnar remains quiet throughout the exchange, his presence alone enough to send a message of dominance and absolute certainty as the mystery man slowly lifts part of his mask, revealing only a fragment of his face, just enough for recognition, but not enough to fully expose his identity. His distorted voice breaks the silence. "They're tearing each other apart, just like you predicted," he says, and Heyman's response is calm and chilling. A slow smile spreads across his face as he replies, "The vision never misses." Now the real game finally begins. In that single moment, everything changes. The mysterious attacker is no longer just an unknown aggressor. He is exposed as a deliberately placed piece in a much larger chess match, carefully positioned by Paul Heyman himself. The fact that this meeting includes Brock Lesnar as well confirms that this operation was not an isolated plan, but a coordinated strike from within the Vision faction. All along, this wasn't about a single match or even a single betrayal. This was about destabilizing Roman Reigns from the inside out. What makes this revelation so disturbing is the psychological warfare involved. Heyman didn't merely want victory at WarGames, he wanted to create permanent damage to Roman's inner circle. He wanted distrust to spread like poison through the team until no one could tell friend from enemy. The aftermath we are now witnessing. The arguments, the accusations, the fractures forming between teammates were never accidental. They were the true objective. The mystery man's words that they are now turning on each other confirms that the internal collapse of Roman's faction was always the endgame, not just the outcome of the match, but the destruction that followed it. This revelation redefines Paul Heyman's role entirely. He is no longer just a tactician standing beside dominant champions. He is revealed as a master manipulator who understands that the most devastating victories are the ones that continue long after the bell rings. While Roman Reigns fights to hold his empire together, Heyman has already moved 3 steps ahead. Every doubt, every confrontation, every unexpected clash within Roman's camp now appears to be part of a carefully engineered strategy designed to weaken him without ever throwing a punch, and Brock Lesnar's involvement adds another terrifying layer to the conspiracy. Lesnar is not a man who acts without purpose. His silent approval in that meeting suggests he was not only aware of the plan but fully aligned with its outcome. His presence alone reflects the muscle behind the manipulation, the unstoppable force that ensures Heyman's vision is not just clever but brutally effective. The alliance between Heyman, the mystery man, and Lesnar signals a power structure operating entirely in the shadows, while the rest of the roster fights in the spotlight. Roman's team believed they were battling external threats, but they never realized the true danger was already embedded within their own story. The conspiracy grows more complex with every second of that footage. The briefcase exchanged hints at payment leverage or future obligations, suggesting that the mystery attacker's role may be far from over. If anything, this may only be the beginning of his involvement in Heyman's grand design. The decision to only partially reveal his face proves that his identity remains a weapon to be used at the right moment. Maximum confusion, maximum impact, and maximum psychological damage with every detail now emerging. The fallout from Survivor Series becomes even more explosive. Roman Reigns is no longer just dealing with the aftermath of a loss. He is standing at the center of a trap that may have been years in the making. Every alliance he trusts, every partner he relies on now comes into question, and the fear growing within his ranks is exactly what Heyman intended. The brilliance of this plan lies not in its complexity, but in its precision. It did not require a massive invasion or a public betrayal. It required patience, subtlety, and the ability to manipulate perception while everyone else searched for the attacker. Heyman quietly guided the narrative, allowing suspicion to grow in every direction except his own. Now that the truth is beginning to surface, the damage has already been done. Roman's foundation is cracking. His team is divided, and the uncertainty gripping his camp may lead to far more destruction than any single loss ever could. And the most chilling aspect of all is that Heyman appears completely unfazed by the chaos he created. To him, this is not the end of the story. It is merely phase one. The real conflict is only now coming into focus, and the mystery man remains an active piece in this rapidly unfolding war. Whoever he truly is, his loyalty now appears clear, but his ultimate motive remains hidden, whether he is driven by ambition, revenge, or something far darker. His partnership with Heyman and Lesnar places him at the center of WWE's most dangerous power triangle. Roman Reigns now faces not just physical opposition but a psychological war on all.